It is an uncomfortable reminder that summer is here.
Yeah. I think a lot of people are struggling making their homemade air conditioner right now because they're saying, I can't take it anymore.
Make a couple of them.
I need one to carry around with me. I need one for each room, and this is the reason why. Of course, that jet stream, that ridge of high pressure, and underneath that, it's hot, it's humid, and in some spots, actually a lot of spots tomorrow, it's going to be record-setting. A little dip in the jet stream out into parts of the central tier and the west, going to give some relief into next week, but notice early next week, we're still going to be warm across parts of the Ohio Valley, southeast and south central part of the country. But let's talk about the weekend. Tomorrow, these are highs that are in jeopardy, as we like.
That girl is okay, but things could have turned out a lot differently.
Yeah, it could have been a whole different story because those cars heat up, and I think everybody thinks, I'm just going in for bread. I'm going to be there 5 minutes. Even 5 minutes, it gets dangerously hot. This is a parked car in the sun after 60 minutes. Outside air temperature of 70 degrees, but inside that car, 113 degrees.
Yeah, I think we get disillusioned.
Yeah, that's a 70-degree day.
It's a furnace inside your car. If it's 80 degrees, the inside air temperature goes up to 123 in 1 hour.
Yeah, and a lot of these increases happen within the first few minutes. You get that outside air temperature up to 90 degrees. Your car is 133 degrees inside.
So obviously we're just baking inside.
Right.
It's no place for humans to be. No living thing should be in there with an outside air temperature of 100. Inside your car, it's 143 degrees. And as you mentioned, most of that happens in the first, say, 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, that's when we're going to get that fastest increase in temperature. So I've even stopped to tell people, hey, is this your car? Because I saw you leave the dog in the car. And they go, oh, I'm just grabbing a couple things. But unfortunately, that's when the biggest increase happens. And when it's a 90-degree day, you're getting into dangerous level. I mean, you're already in dangerous level.
And a lot of states have Good Samaritan laws, which allows you to be, void of any liability if you were to break that car window and get that child out or get that pet out. Dark interior color cars increases the severity of heat. A lot of people have dark leather seats or a charcoal color or black. It's really popular. Cracking windows has very little to no effect on cooling your vehicle's interior.
So if you're thinking, oh no, it's okay to leave my pet because I cracked the window, it's not.
Doesn't work.
It's not, people. Don't do it. Just don't make me break your windshield. Just do it.
You feel like you want to, don't you?
I'll do it.
All right, so let's talk about the impacts on the human body itself, because heat stroke can set in so quickly. When the temperature of your body rises above 104 degrees, that's when you're technically considered to have heat stroke.
Right, because and this is deadly. This isn't just, oh, you're getting a little hot, come inside and react. So you actually get these fatal reactions. Vascular shock, it actually reduces blood flow to the brain, and you also get less blood leading to the nervous system, and so that can cause a malfunction.
Also, think about this irregular pulse, which means you're going to get an arrhythmia, so your heart's not beating how it should be at regular intervals, and you can actually suffer from a heat stroke, a heart attack.
Right, because you're stressing your body, so you're putting your body into a state of stress. Also, kidney failure because of blood clots that start to form, and that'll affect vessels throughout the body.
And it can have a lot of impacts on different parts of your body when you get blood clots, because basically what's happening is you're thickening up your blood because you become dehydrated then. If you're hydrated well, then your blood is flowing how it should be. So a lot of medical factors go into heat stroke. It's not just being succumbed by the heat itself.
Yeah, and unfortunately that's why a lot of times these outdoor events like our CMA Music Festival, people are having a good time, they're drinking, or just not thinking to drink water, you find yourself dehydrated, and then you get into some trouble.
Exactly. Heads back to the cave now. Here's Ryan. Inside, she's like, Alex,
I'm like, yeah, Bill, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Well, listen, it's smart.
Yeah.
You got AC? No problem.
You
binge watch the Weather Channel.
I was going to say, I've got a lineup on TiVo. I'm ready to go. I'm stocked
Weather
up.
Underground.
Weather Underground. Every now and then she'll throw in a Tornado Alley.
You guys actually would make fun of me of how much Weather Channel I do have on my TiVo.
Mixed in
with Real Housewives.
With all the shows you've been on?
Yeah. What?
All the ones in your TiVo, the ones you've been on?
No, I have a season pass to Weather Geeks.
Well, that's a good one.
Well, you learned something there.
Yeah.
All right, Ryan, let's help people at home learn something. Answer the questions.
All right, first one is from Brandon, and Brandon wants to know, how far can the cumulonimbus cloud be from your location and still be able to strike you?
You could be several miles away from the parent thunderstorm and be struck by lightning. I think it can be upwards of 10, 15 miles away.
I think in some cases, I want to say
more.
I've heard 30.
Yeah, for some reason 25 doesn't say, I thought that was...
Okay, so we're all over the place.
Well, no, but
Where's Forbes when we need him?
He's in the other room.
Summoning Dr. Forbes.
What's the deal?
He's got his. Hey, Forbes, how far can you be from a thunderstorm be struck by lightning?
10 miles.
10 miles.
10
Okay,
miles.
Thank you.
There you go.
He just randomly.
He's running too. I can hear him.
Are you coming, Forbes? Are you coming?
I'm here.
Oh,
All right, well, we got
hey,
him.
look who we found. Forbesie's here. 10 miles.
Got my exercise for the day.
Yeah, there you go.
Come on in. You want to ask us some questions?
Sure.
Let's do it.
All right, so Ryan wants to know, is there going to be a major dust storm around 6 to 9 p.m. in Phoenix, Arizona?
What do you think,
Oh, man, I ran for that. That's a tough thing. There's probably going to be a dust storm somewhere in Arizona.
He's like,
I'm out of here.
he's like, I aiming for a dust storm.
He's like, I wanted a thunderstorm.
What a good guy. I love that guy.
There is a
he's
blowing dust advisory
There
for
is.
just south of Phoenix and southern Arizona, and there
Yeah,
are
he
some
said there's gonna
showers
be a
there,
dust
so
storm
it's
somewhere.
possible.
There you go.
I just love Forbes. You're like, he goes, what's that?
He's like, you just randomly talk. He can hear everything.
Yeah.
He's like got rabbit ears. All right, stick around, folks. We'll be right back here on Weather Underground with Forbes. But cities in particular, really susceptible to summertime heat because of the urban heat island effect.
Right, we talk about the blacktop, we talk about the building surfaces, the roofs on top usually black, and all of that is absorbing.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Once
I said it.
On Earth is
Central
north of the
America.
equator, but like then you get down, you have to go down actually pretty far, just like into South America
Yeah.
to get to the
That's why
equator.
I said.
Myself, Ryan, all here to answer your questions tonight. Last chance to answer the questions this week.
Which is, you know, a good thing.
Let's end with a bang, Ryan.
Ryan's like, Mike, don't
Bang.
get it twisted.
All right, so the first one comes from Taylor, and Taylor wants to know, what's the worst thing you can stand under in a thunderstorm?
Oh, jeez. There are a lot of things.
Yeah, so many
Trees.
options.
A thunderstorm?
An isolated tree is certainly a
Yeah.
bad thing. Any kind of, or standing right up against a fence or leaning on a fence where the lightning might hit the fence and then come right down the fence. As you say, there's lots of things.
That's what I said, under a thunderstorm itself.
Any tall
Yeah.
object.
That
really.
would be the worst thing to be under. The next one is from Matthew. Matthew wants to know, what time of the storm is going to hit west of Cleveland on Saturday? What's causing this, quote, heat wave?
Well, that's the
Well, the
ridge of
heat
high
wave's the
pressure.
ridge of high pressure. What do you think about the storm, Dr. Forbes?
Well, that's a tough forecast. I think there's probably going to be 2 rounds. There are probably going to be some thunderstorms that are going to be in the morning hours. Probably then maybe 4 o'clock or so, we'll have another round that will be probably the main severe round.
So happening at times they wouldn't expect them in
Yeah,
Cleveland,
yeah.
happening overnight. All right, let's get another question.
All right,
Ryan.
and this last one is from Dawson, and Dawson says, do you think Key West has the highest average dew point in the United States? By the way, first tweet since 09, best show on the Weather Channel.
You haven't tweeted in 7 years?
And this is like the first tweet?
Thanks, Dawson. High five.
Touchdown. All right, let's answer your question. Highest dew point, Key West.
You think?
It'd be probably right up there.
Yeah.
I would think it would be one of the highest. It's going to be somewhere along the Gulf Coast, I
Right.
would think, but it could be Texas, it could be Louisiana. I'm not sure. That's a good
Marshy
question.
land, probably, too.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
But Key West does sound like a good one.
All right, thank you,
I
Dawson.
feel like I
Good
went to
question.
Key West, though, and I, like, survived. I don't...
You didn't vacation?
South Louisiana is a
survive?
much different
heat
story.
and humidity, yeah. I don't mesh well with heat and humidity. So
Yeah.
I went to Key West and I said I'd go back, which makes me feel like
It was okay.
maybe it's not.
Maybe you went in like January.
Maybe I went at the right time.
Yeah. Well, maybe Dawson's the same boat as you. Can't handle that heat and
Yeah.
humidity, so that's why the question. Thanks again, everyone, for your questions this evening.